Hi guys, this is Laquana McIntyre. You're watching The Road to Success, where we talk about all things entrepreneurship. I want to make I know these videos have been very quick, so please forgive me on that. But I'm going to start going live, guys, where we can start, just getting more in depth with certain conversations. But I do want to provide another video in the Breaking Free from a 9 to 5 series. I want to talk about the thing that is a lot of us are struggling with, and that is overcoming fear and leaving our comfort zone. Let's just be honest, like being at a regular job, aka a 9 to 5, is comfortable for a lot of us. It's comfort, and it's hard to leave that comfort zone when you don't know what's on the other side. Okay, so in order to leave this comfort zone, y'all, we're gonna have to teach ourselves how to overcome fear. How can we overcome fear? Okay, so the reason why I feel like a lot of us are unwilling to leave our comfort zone is because we, like I was saying on the previous video, we don't trust ourselves. We don't trust our decisions. We don't trust anything that is left in our hands if there's not anyone that's going to come behind us and check on it to make sure you did it the right way, especially when it comes to your life, when it comes to like your livelihood, your bills and things like that. If a lot of us are left just to figure out this money on our own and how we're going to pay our bills, like we would fail miserably, because it's going to cause you to use a lot more brain cells, and it's going to cause you to be a lot more creative. And then, for some people, we're going to have to use our imagination more. And a lot of us don't believe in ourselves enough to think that we have that capability, but you really do. You really do. It's just fear that's making you feel like you don't have that. It's the fear in you. There are many ways for you to get the fear out of you, but you got to be willing to take the first step. And that first step is taking that leap and jumping over whatever it is that scares the crap out of you. So for me, y'all, what made me start to get rid of fear is I started doing things that were against my norm. So I started to realize when it came to like my everyday day-to-day actions, especially when adversity would come, I had like a go-to way of doing things, okay? And I knew myself. My go-to was always just staying in the comfort zone and playing it safe. I was just big on playing it safe, okay? Like straddling the fence or whatever you want to call it. I played it safe because I was like, well, just in case this don't happen, I can still do this over here. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I was all about playing it safe until I heard a word from God that's what was like holding me back. Like I was playing it safe too much, and I needed to stop playing it safe. I needed to start just like doing things without knowing what the outcome was going to be. That is one of the main factors to overcoming fear. You got to be willing to put yourself out there enough without worrying or being attached to the outcome. Because if you are attached to that outcome, you're going to not do it. Let's just be honest, because I don't care in whatever you're doing, we can't control the outcome. It may be in our best interest or it may not. This is where your faith comes into play. This is where your faith comes into play, because you cannot control the outcome. You got to understand that I'm going to be good regardless of whatever happens on the other side. Because what happens is if whatever it is that you're fearful of doing does not happen in your favor, understand that you could pick yourself back up. You could pick yourself back up and try again. Like our girl Aaliyah said, dust yourself off and try again. Every failure that you have is literally just a stepping stone. Okay, it's just a stepping stone. It's a stepping stone upward to get to where it is you're trying to go. And the reason why is because it's, again, a lesson learned. It's something that you could say that you've actually done and this didn't work, so let me try something different, you know, and that's growth. That is absolutely growth. So overcoming fear is just strictly emotionally detaching yourself from worrying about control, okay? Because that's really all it is too. A lot of us who are fearful and who are always comfortable and who stays in the comfort zone, it's because we're control freaks. Yes, you're a control freak. You want to control everything in your life. You want to know how everything is going to go. You want to plan your life A to Z. And you're not leaving room for God to do anything. You're just not, because you already got things planned out to the T. I already know this is going to happen. That's going to happen. This is what I'm going to do in the next 3 to 4 months. Yada, yada, yada. And what happens is when it don't happen that way, you feel like it's the end of the world. You feel like it's the end of the world, and it's not. It's not. It's not. It's not. Again, stop being a control freak. Start learning how to go with the flow more. Start learning how to be just like a tree. So think of a tree. The tree stays rooted in the ground. That tree is not going anywhere. So look at the tree and the roots. Think of that as your core value and your core beliefs. Think of that as all of the things that you learned in life that got you to where you are now. Understand, you're going to forever be stabilized in that. Like, that's not going nowhere, okay? But the limbs is what sways side to side. That's you overcoming the fear. So again, you think of a tree, it's rooted in the ground, okay? That's your core beliefs. That's your, hey, that's your integrity of whatever it is. That's your moral code or whatever. That's something that you're not going to lose along the journey of overcoming fear. But when you think about the way those limbs and those leaves sway, that's how you just kind of got to think about life. Like, hey, you know, if I get this new opportunity and I quit my job, I'm not going to detach from my standards or what I believe in or what I understand what integrity is or what I was educated on through school when they taught me this particular subject. But I am going to start learning how to go with the flow. So if I end up leaving my job, and I thought I had a plan and it didn't go the way I thought, I'm just going to flow with wherever it takes me. I'm going to go to over here, well, I'm going to try over there. Eventually you find your way. The only person who fails, truthfully, is the person who just doesn't try at all. It's just that simple. You fail when you don't try at all. So guys, I want you to keep going. I want you to work on getting rid of that comfort zone. Stop being so comfortable. Whatever it is that you're the most fearful of, you don't have to jump right into that right away. Start small. Think of the smallest thing that may be scary to you and do the opposite. Do the opposite. You'll notice the more fear that you're overcoming, like, it would be very, very hard for anything to scare you. So start small, build your tolerance and your appetite for it, and next thing you know, you're taking risk. You're taking risk, and you're trusting and having faith in the journey because you trust yourself and God. I hope this helps someone out there. Please leave a comment, rate, and subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Bye.